everybody. I hope you can hear me. Just let me know if you can hear me or not. That'd be great. Yeah, it's afternoon for us. Hi. Hey, Relina. Hey, G Peanuts. Hey, Valeria. Hey, Win. Hey, Hello, Bavets. Hey, Frantic Rat. Giak. Monster Heart. I did get back to you. Esther. Hey, Helena. Hey, Bublina. And Alken and I got back to you as well, so I hope you got my message. Relina, Mary, Mooney, and Zambob. Alright, let's just... Oh, my chat on here is slow. Okay, let's try that again. It's my strange system I have here. Okay, well I can talk like this for a little bit anyway. Without the game, maybe? Give this a second. Alright, well, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think it's working now. Great. First of all, just want to talk about the art in general. I did ask you to sign it, and thank you for those of you who are doing that. This was really a problem at the beginning where I had a lot of seeing a lot of art, and a lot of it wasn't signed, and the memes as well. All right, although I appreciate the memes sometimes, it takes you a few seconds or something, but you still should put a little tag on it. So we just like to organise that a little bit more, basically, so I can give you a bit more airtime and so on. I'd like to use quite a bit of that art on my Instagram, but sometimes your X handle is different. Sometimes I can't share it. So we're going to try and organise, as some people have suggested, we're going to try and organise a... Can you hear me? Okay, no, you can hear me properly now, right? Yeah, sorry. All right. Did you hear that, or should I repeat it? Yeah, so we really want to organise an Evil Gang group folder for... I mean, this was my intention at the beginning, just to store people's art and just make sure everybody's credited properly. I'm sorry, sometimes I get lost in the heat of the moment. I will always apologise, and I will always go that extra step to share if I do make a mistake. So with that in mind, thank you, Yanana Chips, for the Nettle Dog Solid picture. This is the picture that I used yesterday as a comparison with Baby Henry, and it's a picture that touched me a lot because it evoked the memory of a Taoist passage from, I think, or a Shuangzi comment on a Taoist passage about grass dogs, and it just suddenly popped into my head. That's amazing when art does that, when it triggers something like that, so thank you. And again, these are the kind of things I'd like to share on Instagram. So if you have a different handle on Instagram, which some of you do, some of you have 3 handles, so it's difficult for me to keep track, then you can put that in the folder as well. And we'd like to share that art to the Evil Gang page, I believe. So hopefully that'll make things smoother in the future. But I apologise in advance for any mistakes that I make. Sometimes that could probably happen. So I got this art from Paul Mazarez, I think is the handle, at Malashov. This was amazing, thank you. This was an early favourite hysteric of mine. I think Chris took that picture of Eric and Ishvan riding together, and it was a very, very beautiful picture at the time, I remember. And yeah, this is great art. This is kind of like the kind of what could have happened, I think. And then also this is spectacular. This is from Epitaph, and I think I got the correct name, but I cannot remember the pronunciation of that. But that's from Epitaph, I believe. So I'll open that now, and so you can see it because the plastic is affecting that a little bit, I believe. Oh, it's nicely wrapped. There we go. And on the other side there's something really cute as well. Excellent. All right. So yeah, Epitaph 10. If mods can share the handle, better for me on the list. That'd be great. Okay, there you go. This is really, really detailed. It's very, very nice. The camera's not picking up quite. And then this came with 2 postage stamps, I think. One for Eric and one for Ishvan. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful work. Thank you, Epitaph, if you're on the stream. That's amazing. They'll be very treasured for me. And then just one more today, and I'll get through more art as we as I don't want to take the whole streams with it. But those stamps are great. They really are. Yeah, they could be stickers. Yeah, someone will make that happen, I'm sure. And then here are some customized playing cards, Kingdom Come playing cards, and you can see the handle there at Jaselli_X. And we've got all sorts in here. There's the hottie himself. It's so cool. Yeah, honestly, there's Eric. No Steph, I don't know. Probably in here. But I won't go through them all now. But these are really, really nice. And there's that handsome man himself with 2 somethings hovering over his head. Fantastic, really, really good. I applaud your efforts. Reminds me of those. Someone made something similar with like medieval heraldry for some kind of card game or something that I wasn't familiar with at the beginning that I thought was really good. But I don't know. It's some kind of like trumps type game. Yeah, and there's a lot, and also while I'm here, this is also from Valeria, I believe, who did the Stephanie Koforodova. These are printouts, they look absolutely spectacular. There's Istvan being kicked out of heaven. If I've got this wrong, by the way, someone correct me immediately, mistakes are going to happen. There's Istvan being booted out the window. And that one, I think, was of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which came up the other day. But yeah, fantastic work. Really, really exceptional. And then one final, I can't remember who gave me this, but it's kind of hilarious. So I'm gonna show it anyway. I don't know. Somebody can remember who's handing them out. Do it for Medieval Yowie. But I think that was what it was a celebration of more than anything else. There was just so much incredible art there. And as I've already mentioned, the costumes, Lady Merden, spectacular, Dykes Van Toth, so many others, Paul, Lux, And then we had these male Stvan knocking around, as I've mentioned, who's become a bit of a heartthrob. I think we're going to try and track that guy down and recruit him into Evil Gang. All right, so... let's. So hopefully we can work something out along those lines. So there'll be an Evil Gang art kind of page, and you can just add the tag to that, and just please sign your art at that time. And then if you use that, we're going to assume that it's okay for us to. I'm going to assume it's okay for me to use it if you're credited on Insta or X. Another note just on X in general, it is a bit of a Badlands type place. I think you've got to have a bit of a kind of rough edge. But I know some people said they were struggling to create art accounts on Instagram, so maybe it's forcing you into the Badlands. But either way, always remember it's a bit of a crossfire on X. We get blooded regularly. I think K2 has... called me short at least 1,000 times over the last 6 months. So, hopefully iron sharpens iron and we all come out a bit tougher. But I do like X because I am British, so we do have a kind of sarcastic and dry sense of humour at times. And that's been darkened by my exposure to the Czech Republic over the years. So yeah, again, I apologise if I ever upset anyone on there, but it's kind of a bit of a rough and tumble place, I think, and if it's not for you, then I would avoid it altogether. There's a variety of other platforms. I'm not on Instagram as much, as I've said. I'm going to try and be there more. One of the things that put me off was, like, again, sharing this art. So hopefully we can clear this art block. If there is a piece that you submitted a long time ago, because these are the ones that I really want to not lose, and it might be by an artist that's moved on. If they're not shared, I'll try and track you down. If you're hearing this message, then please resend it to us, even if it was 3 months ago, because I'm really trying to find. I'm truly trying to find some really great ones. You know, like Slave Boy at Erdene, for instance. I just kind of got a bit lost in the fog of war. So hopefully that will help. If you can think of a better idea, then please send me a message about it. Yeah, I'll track you down. The Istvan Opticon will find you somehow. No, I thank you, Comfort Art, and I did sense that from people, that a lot of it was just being thrown out there in kind of like, hey, art, you know. But just because I think it's good for you guys, unless you don't want to be signed on the art, if you've done something like, you know, if it's too deviant or whatever, please sign it, because it helps enormously. And I don't have a very organised system for this. My notebook is impeccable. Right, you can see the quality of these notes here. It's just like, right, but the folders on my phone and stuff. I'm from an earlier age, you know. You've got to remember that. I'm from an age when we weren't so doomed. Notes, Van, yes. All right. So I appreciate Big Day for Kingdom Come fans. You're all down in the Legacy of the Forge. So I'm aware that many of you are going to be off. Experiencing that today. Wait, hang on. Yeah, we were doomed from the start. Yeah, I think so. Right, I'm not quite sure how I got here. I'm going to assume with the nightmares that I've just kind of woken up here. All right. Okay, all right. We normally figure out meanings from that, and I'm kind of clearly being drawn to the animals for reasons that we won't necessarily go into now. Yeah. So I'm currently wandering around a field of ginger cows. So. Yeah, New Vegas is tomorrow. New Vegas will carry on tomorrow. We've got a special treat, a costume special treat, maybe, if it works. We're not in the full maid costume yet, but maybe we'll work towards that. You never know. Thanks, Barbarian Hamster, for that wonderful thought. But Sergeant Horse may well be pregnant. And if you were at all offended by those scenes yesterday, I do want to apologise for Warhorse for putting that scene in there, because some people were just reacting honestly, and when I was reading the chat, I could see that some people were quite shocked. But yeah, that's in the game, so this is intended for mature audiences. If you do not consider yourself that mature. We'll go into that a bit later on when we talk about alchemy. Again, these streams are probably not going to be for you. I'm going to assume that you are of age and with a fairly cynical, dark sense of humour. Oh yeah, I also want to thank our benefactors. And those of you who also remain anonymous as well. Thank you. It's much appreciated. It's great when you do that. Sorry, so I didn't realise exactly how that worked, as I told you in a previous stream, and then we went to Malashov and stuff. So thank you to those of you who have gifted subs, which I now understand. Dark, gay, hardcore Ron. Well, yeah, I think we're going for dark by hardcore in the end, but I think, didn't we say ultra dark gay or dark ultra gay? I can't remember. Right, I'm losing my thread here a little bit. We are in Townburg. Okay, I need to talk to the Nightmares and I need to recap, so I'm probably looking for a bench. That's what I'm doing. Let's go to the pub. Let's go to the pub. Fella Faye, is that a joke? I don't even know if that's a joke. Yeah, I was very shocked by the Stephanie encounter in the last game. I thought that was it. I thought she was never going to talk to me again. That was really sweet. That I just gave her the bouquet that was intended for the whores, and she liked it. She liked it, so I kind of like walked away on a bit of a cloud after that. Because we need to talk a little bit about what happened before that first. Yeah, it's cute, right? Stephanie's redeemable. Stephanie's totally redeemable. In fact, I'm probably willing to say she's one of the nicest characters in the game. I don't understand where all that was coming from. Alright, let's ditch this stuff now. We're only wearing that for battle, so... yeah, let's pop the chaperone back on me. Oh, I do have that necklace. I thought I didn't pick that up. Alright, that's good. What are you moving for? I'm not going to go into too much detail about what happened with the witches, but I do want to confirm that the witches are real. Because I did say in a previous stream that I was in doubt about that because of the glitch, but it's quite interesting if you go back and watch it again, because some of that stuff, like the books being real and things that happen outside the game, seem to affect it. For instance, I think it was Relina, and I might be wrong if I read it wrong, but when the Little Istvan came out yesterday, when the Lishvan came out yesterday, Relina said something like, "Oh, you've unlocked the witch's quest." Way before that we did it, I think. As if the Little Ishvan was going to unlock the Whispersvan, yeah. Little Ishvan, Ministvan, was going to, thanks Bob Harriet, was somehow unlocked it. Is Relina here? Can you confirm that? Real life is real, yeah. Yeah, was it you, Relina? Did you say that? We would uncurse the quest, and you said it beforehand. Maybe I'm. Yeah, okay. Well, confirm that for me then. Maybe it's someone else with an R name. But it kind of freaked me out when I was watching back over it. I think you say it in the introduction section. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you said that in the beginning, right? That was weird, because then it happened. And we thought that quest was, permafucked, right? So, yeah. And then I was thinking about the last night, obviously, the Necronomicon. If you watch The Evil Dead, the Necronomicon gets into his hand, right? And there's a lot of fighting with I can't remember the name of the character now. What's his name? But there's a lot of fighting with his hand in that, and he's like, I think he has to get his hand off in the end. There's another little funny horror comedy called Idle Hands on that kind of thing as well. Ash Williams, that's it. Yeah, Ash, right? And he's fighting his hand, and his hand is possessed by a Necronomicon. I think that's what's happened here. This Little Istvan guy is really a function of the Necronomicon at the moment, which I'll still never forgive Warhorse for putting in the game in the first place. All right, we'll say goodbye to him for now. So yeah, I thought that was weird, and then feminism is real, right? Feminism in the woods is real. The feminist witches in the woods have drugs. Drugs are real. That was all made clear because the quest being blocked basically meant that had become ambiguous to Hotdog Henry. But now that's cleared up, right? It's cleared up, and he also had a pretty positive experience because he, let's say, strengthened his relationship with Michael Eldritch Horse, Sergeant, and he also had a great time with the witches. He murdered 2 random villagers who were trying to break it up, in I guess the same vein that he was trying to break it up, but I'm not sure if that counts as a mortal sin or not. If it does, then I add them to the list. But everybody was treating him like that was a mortal sin, so... Yeah, so that happened. We're not going to go into any more details about that because some people that was disturbing, and we'll try to keep the chat clean. Then Tiny Toth. Oh, Tiny Toth. Tiny Toth, I need to thank. Tiny Toth, I need to thank for the for a different Koffler thing, right? And then there's one other person I noticed. You got a name in purple still, I believe, which I'm finding difficult to read. But Cthulhu Dude, whoever you are, Cthulhu Dude, you made me LMAO several times when I was going through the chat. So keep it up. But there's a lot of comedians in the chat, so you're all doing a great job. Now, Schrodinger's Bye. Did we mention that? Okay, I think that's the end of my notes, and I was going to try and go and have another go at Alchemy today. I think it's just going to be that. So if you want to go and play the DLC, or you want to go and watch another streamer or something, then please do so. I am just going to try and have another crack at Alchemy, for which I believe I need Belladonna. And I think I got frustrated with looking for this little bush that you kept talking about. A little bush with berries that I couldn't find. But I guess the way to do this is to go and get loads of berries and herbs and stuff and then go to the witch's house. Unless you guys want to tell me to do it another way. And then when we get there, to whichever alchemy desk we get to, then I'll talk a little bit about alchemy for you. It's a fantastic book. I've prepared various sections on psychological alchemy here for you. So, but when we get there, wherever you decide we're going, I'll talk to you a little bit about Jung's take on alchemy. Yeah, I prepared. So this is not. I'm not a casual streamer. I'm not really casual anything, to be honest. I'm expecting. I'm so heavily invested in Hotdog Henry that, as I said, I think it's going to become the definitive Henry. So if they do make it like a TV show or like a film of Kingdom Come, then probably this is the look they're going to go for. Good morrow, Venus. Good morrow. Alright, put my notes away now. We are going to be really focusing on the alchemy. This is your favourite show? Great. Alright, well, I'm glad I'm cutting through all the noise. What did you say? Something? Remind me. Where am I going? I'm going to cook. I need belladonna. Do I just go to Ratai? Yeah, so basically the movie will just be like, it will have a kind of Hillier commentary, just giving you the raw Jungian analysis. Ratai, okay, I did already forget. This is a lot of multitasking. Alright, so there's a lot of multitasking going on here. Oh shit, okay, I need to clear this space. We're getting to the Full Metal Alchemist section as well. And I think at some point he's going to turn Although I've never seen the anime, if it's an anime, Full Metal Alchemist. Is it good? Because we kind of started with like Metal Gear Solid, right? Wait, I'm gonna check the map. I'm getting so lost today. So I'm gonna go straight out there. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. Best animes out there. It's alright. Does Crime says it's alright. Everybody else is like, oh my god, it's great. Nah. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leroy, or your benefactor. Whoa! What was that? You want to be my friend? You want to be my friend? Come live with me and Michael Horse. Are you a witch? Do you want to live deliciously? I think I dropped my bow, didn't I? Oh, no, there we go. Is this monstrous? Okay, it probably is a witch then. Oh no! No, it wasn't a witch. Food. Thanks. Yeah, that was definitely a classic witch text. If it was a witch, it would have bounced off because witches are made of stone. Are these some dudes here? Nah, doesn't look good.
Yeah.
There's a ton of belladonna on the hill in Scallis.
Yeah.
That was a sign of repentance and you killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. Henry's gonna eat tonight.
Yeah.
I think we're coming to Capon's Wood, right? Capon's Wood. It's a right here, no? Really? It's a right.
Yeah.
It's a right. This is the right. This is not the right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I don't know any Full Metal Alchemist lore, so I feel like that might be good, because then you guys can tell me as it happens, if things do happen. A little bit like they did with Bad Lieutenant, you know, like maybe should I just watch the trailer? Like for Full Metal Alchemist, just do the trailer. This is Capon's Road, isn't it? Black Lagoon fans. Well, there's probably quite a few Dagon fans. Oh, Public Universal Goon 420.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing. You're the kind of people we need. Has it gone back to physics?
Yeah.
The one outside Merhead, is that the one? No, that's the one that I was just at, right? That's Maggie. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Do not underestimate science, do not underestimate the power of nature, an equal balance of life and death, and fuck the military.
Yeah.
No, Hotdog Henry kind of likes the military. Right, this should be the way to Neuhoff now. Okay. There is belladonna by the laundry in the mill by Ratai.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'm going to be coming back via Neuhoff, so if there's any... Is that Mark Cram? Sorry, I missed that chat. I was just distracted by Mark Cram. Oh, FMA is Full Metal Alchemist. Sorry, I'm so stupid. I thought that was force equals mass times acceleration. In the field by the road to Neuhoff from Ratai. This is where we were looking for that bush before and we couldn't find it. Where people said, by the tree, right? I don't know if Henry's going to start getting disturbed by the sound of angels, you know? He's feeling pretty damned. Yeah, but Win, I don't know what I'm looking for, Win. We never found out what belladonna actually looks like. That's the problem. It's by this tree, right? The tree of life over here. Oh. Is that from Neverending Story?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. According to Christian standards, I think he's pretty tight. He's cooked. Right, no, yeah, but I'm gonna get contrasting descriptions of what belladonna is again. And then we're not gonna find it. Never have enough nettles though, right? I went past one. I don't know why people do alchemy in this game. Is that it? That's a nettle. Oh, okay. That's not a bush. That's pretty damn far from a bush, guys. I like the principle of... Oh, yay! I like the principle of alchemy, you know, that you can just make a salad out of leaves and it turns you into a kind of killing machine. I like that. I love cooking, right? Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love cooking. Right? I consider myself a pretty good cook, but I'm not a great lab scientist, and I will admit that I am a bad lab scientist because you need to keep it clean. You know, like when I cook, I make quite a lot of mess. It's good, but yeah, I make mess, and I also frequently break things, right? Being an Aries, and when the thing that you're breaking is a 30,000 euro centrifuge, the establishment, the scientific establishment, kind of looks down on that. So yeah, I am a. What do they say in Ghostbusters? You are a poor scientist, Mr. Venkman. Kitchen alchemy. Yeah, that's great. I love it. You'd rather eat boot soup than do alchemy in this game. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, we could skip it, but the guy ran out of rage potions, and Henry's kind of using them. Bad Lieutenant Nettle Dog Solid is using them in such a way that he actually has lost all sense of his own abilities. And so he has to take them in order to fight, even though the guy might be like, you know, like donning like one hits in a kind of sober, disciplined way, but instead he's just like going everything into blood frenzy. And that's the problem. That's one of the side effects of drugs. You know, it gives you a ridiculously, overconfident, overestimate oneself. Is this not pickable? It looks pickable. Okay. How much of this stuff do I need? How many flowers do I need? K goes moo. All right. There's some fighting in K2 within K2. I need 2 for every shaver schnapps. I'm not so interested in shaver schnapps because I can get that from bars. I'm more interested in rage, which was what was rage? Bivai's rage potion. Can someone check the ingredients? I think it was nettle, belladonna, and shaver schnapps. I'll have a little bit more of your Saviour Schnapps. Yeah, Saviour Schnapps seemed doable. There's a menu for recipes. It's not in the codex though, is it? Mr. Bond. Would you like another Saviour Schnapps? Belladonna for Bane, yeah. But what else? I can't use the codex because it's immersion breaking, and this game is all about realism. He doesn't carry a tome. 2 sage, wormwood, cave mushroom. Cave mushroom? I'm completely the wrong place then, aren't I? Alright, so where do I go to get cave mushroom? A cave mushroom. It's not copium. We said this. This is one of the rules of the game. I only know what I know. I can't look up my... Oh, hello. I can't look at my handy-dandy, you know, tome that I'm carrying around. Let's go and shift some of this. We need to go caves. We need to go find some caves. The Nighthawk potion is not immersion breaking. The Necronomicon was pretty damn immersion breaking. Yeah, but I don't know where the Yowie cave is, do I? We've already found the Yowie shaft. Oh, he's sending me to Skalitz again. But I'm glad that we're going to the caves now. That kind of makes sense. There's a cave by where you first fought battles for the quest Ruin. There's a cave under Perkstein. Ooh. A lower Perkstein or upper Perkstein? There's a cave in a bandit camp near Ratai. The Yowie shaft we found, Nella. I think you were busy that day, but we found a Yowie shaft with like 3 Yowie in it. So basically, under the base of Capon's Tower, at the base of Capon's Tower, there is a cave. Is that what you're telling me? There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. Okay, so I drive around. I ride around the flank of Perkstein, or am I going access to the cave from the tower inside? Yeah, don't enter Ratai, it's underneath. So I want to ride around the front of Ratai. Okay, and then I need sage, is it? What else do I need? Because the mushrooms might go off, no? Yeah, under Capon's flank, there's a cave by his tower. Sage and wormwood, right.
Yeah.
Which I don't have, so do I need to go and get sage and... I've got 19 wormwood. So should I have the sage in hand before I go mushroom picking? They don't spoil, great, okay, so we can just get them now. Alright, let's go to Capon's cave. Good plan, everybody. Good plan. Good plan so we can manufacture these drugs. Left underneath there's a small water hole. Wish you were in Capon's cave.
Yeah.
I know the voices are being helpful today. I just much appreciated. I really felt like that was a team effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. P. Mr. P's secret hole. Keep looking to the left. Thanks, Win. Sam, I do appreciate your efforts. I do. Honestly, I just miss some things, but I do go back. So I don't miss anything. I just miss things live. Is this Yowie Cave a myth, Win, though? Like, where is it? Have I gone by it? Well, the Breaking Bad thing is competing with the Full Metal Alchemist thing, and I don't know the art style of that, so... Yeah, does crime. You are missed because you're still in that elusive purple that I can't read, as is Cthulhu. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Bone. I'm going to find the secret Yowie hole. Ooh! I don't know if this is a natural Yowie cave, though. I feel like this is a synthetic Yowie cave. Breaking Bad Lieutenant, yeah. That's nice, Dragon Lair. Thanks for that. Yeah, the hole has been spotted. There looks like there's some buckets. So this hole has been freshly cleaned. Right, they're bandits. Is this going to get all Morrowindy? This is not a Yowie cave. This is some kind of synthetic Yowie arch. But it does have mushrooms. Great. Okay. Why can't I pick these mushrooms though? I can't pick them. They're not appearing on the... I think they're just ornamental cave mushrooms. No, I think these are this is like a fungal... I would say this is some kind of fungal infection of this synthetic yaoi passage. I don't think it's removable. Riki. Oh yeah, no, wait, no. That was a yaoi shaft. Well, Capon's cave yielded no mushrooms, unfortunately. They are permanently affixed to that passageway. For whatever that's worth. But I've never found this passage before, so let's just go and have a quick look up here. Oh, it's a guard. Oh, private area. Okay, so basically there's a secret way into this castle through a synthetic yaoi passage, which is undefended. There's basically just one guard at the top of it. So, well, now I know. All right, can I get another cave? Capon's hold has yielded no mushrooms. I've just come out with some kind of athlete's foot. Go to the bandit camp near Atai. It's on the lake near the mill. This way? Back to where I was originally? Oh yeah, there's a shaft. Isn't that a yaoi shaft? The first bandit camp. Kago's Moot. If your name is in purple, I struggle. Light purple's alright, or pink, but if it's in thick purple, it doesn't scan well. Honestly, it's a whole new world for me. I didn't know half this stuff existed. You're giving me all sorts of fun. And then a Chronomicon for a start. Oh god. It's the thick purple, yeah. Can you read the purple? Maybe it's just my eyes. My dad is colourblind, but I didn't consider myself to be colourblind. I just took that direction. I'm getting better at this. It depends on the background of the screen, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I probably could do with an eye test. Oh wait, hang on. This is back to where is this that bitch's house now? Is this Grandma's house, or did we just go by it? That's Grandma, isn't it? Weren't we going to go and burn her house down? Didn't we threaten to at least menace her a bit? No, she ain't speaking to us no more. Okay.
Mother of God, go and mind your own business. Get lost, or I'll give you up for.
God, they're horrible, these people.
Go to hell.
Thank God Alishka's living with the executioner, which was again a very, very beautiful story that you guys guided me towards. So thanks for that. This looks dangerous. What am I doing here? Oh god, I've walked out into a beam. Ah! Okay, somehow I didn't get hurt. Alright, alright. So then none of them are inside now. Didn't we rob this woman before though? I think we've taken everything. Yeah, I ditched my torch again. I think. I don't think it's on the horse. No, fruit. Yeah, alright, let's get out of here.
What hole did you crawl out? You've no business here.
Yeah, I am a torch abuser. We're going to have to go into this cave in the dark, I think. Have we got Nighthawk, though? Yeah, look, I've got 3 Nighthawks. Fine, man. Just going to badly tenant it. Get those night goggles on. We don't need torches if we have drugs. That's clearly built in the game again by Warhorse. Well, it does let them burn things down though, right? But only according to the story. I don't think there's 20 torches on the horse, no. Oh, there are torch. Okay, there's 1. Fine. Torches. This is it, isn't it? Do these bandit camps repopulate? Yeah, okay. Now we're out of rage. So let's take one of them.
Who's there?
I think that's Scott Williams. I think that's the guy who plays
That vents my rage on someone. Give up!
Oh, that was so like... That was like, Tom Cruise in Last Samurai, no? Where it's just like, got a Bushido. That was like a Bushido moment. It was like, and they were all dead. That was clean. Well, I mean, it was brutal, but like, that was clean for Hotdog. Alright. But no. There was some strategic button pressing there. It wasn't just button bashing. Yeah, it was absolute cinema. Thank you. Thank you. It was absolute cinema. I will hear no other chopping their ears off. I'll hear no other description. Okay, he's dead. And I'm a bit drunk, so it should be fine. Well, you have to go back and... No, it's already plundered. Right, let's go find the mushies. this is also a Yowie shaft. This isn't a naturally occurring Yowie cave. You don't get what with the Yowie we're looking for in tunnels like this. Hey, there we go. Okay, we found some mushrooms. All the checks in the chat will be happy. We found 2 mushrooms. This is a little party in the village. What's that? Oh, hello. 2 mushrooms. That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. We're going to have to plan more Yowie cave missions for the morning. Let's get back, though. Let's get back to the little... Or should we sleep here? Sleep here, maybe. There are quite a lot of Yowie shafts in Prague, specifically alchemical Yowie shafts. There are some in around the tower in the castle area, and there are some in Old Town as well. You haven't been to the alchemical museum in Old Town? That's very nice, as well as the one by the castle in Janskivershk. Thank you, number 1 Hotdog Henry fan. I hope you are finding it interesting. You're kind of my core demographic. Wait, are you changing your names to purple to make it hard for me to read? You're so cruel. And then you're like, why doesn't he ever call us out by name? Yes, thank you, Amazing Ferret. You're all wonderful. Anyway, I dreamed myself into a new level of herbalism there. And I guess that helps with the general Breaking Bad Lieutenant. So where am I going next? Where's the next Yowie shaft? Oh, that's a bit of a devil's choice, isn't it? What do I want? I like the short jokes, you know. You can keep them coming. They're not too bad. There's worse stuff out there than the short jokes, let's face it. If I'm going to be picky. I'm going to have to drop that torch, guys. It's weighing me down. Can go. Maybe I should just go back to. Can we swing by a shop to sell this stuff? Gwyn, can you get me to the next Yowie cave? Wind turned purple. Department of Mischief. I guess you're too mischievous to be organised into a department. You're opening the game. Hold on. Thanks, Win. That's commitment. Right there. Because this does look a bit like cave country. And while we're here, I think we're going to need at least 10 mushrooms because I'm probably going to mess it up. I've got 2 mushrooms. Valeria, what? You giving up what? There could be Yowie caves up there. It just means I can't read it. Alright. But I feel like I've missed some of your names in the past and you've been annoyed. But this is why. Yeah, I'm glad to accept your application to serve as Minister of the Department of Mischief, but I can't read your name. The thick purple is difficult to read. I don't...
I feel quite
Win.
hungry.
Win, wait. Evil Woman Farm, there's a stream going off the main one. There's a cave at the very top. Aha! Back we go.
Yeah.
Back we go to Evil Grandma.
Yeah.
She has the secrets of the Yowie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Win, I'm riding. You can't expect me to just stop and look at the map.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to Win, there is a river here. We follow it. Must be this one.
Yeah.
Back of the woman's house? Right, thank you, Lady Murden. You know this is not in my head. Thank you. Thank you. You're the ultimate Toth backup. Look at the map. It shoots off... Look, the map is very immersion breaking, but I'll do it since you insist. Yeah, okay. Up this way? Alright, look. The map is immersion breaking. And what's definitely immersion breaking is compass points telling you where to go. So, you know. There's a lot of mushrooms up here though, so let's remember that. In case we find we need them for other potions. Rat Eye Woods. It's a very nice little location. Pink, my evil top. Okay, thank you, Elkenan. Thank you. We've just okay. Well, the Japanese voices we've had to work to explain them a bit, but otherwise, no. The voices in his head are they are very realistic. I'm getting the fear. I'm getting the fear. You took too much, man. You took too much. Don't try and fight it, man. You get brain bubbles. What is that? That's a very inviting path. I didn't even know you could go this far. Is that a Yowie shaft over there? Look, that's a Yowie shaft. Is this the one you mean? Hey, that looks a little bit Morrowindy. Okay, thanks, Win. Good work. The music's getting sinister, though. Yeah, you took too much, man. This is Yowie country. Nah, there's no Yowie here. No Yowie here. Okay, they must be out hunting. Come on. Just cracked into the rock face there. Did Cthulhu Dude make more jokes that I couldn't credit them with because they have the name in purple? Hey, there we go, there we go. Cthulhu Dude is visible in Cthulian green. Well, we got quite a few mushrooms from there, but sorry, my allergies are up. Oh yeah, and those of you who are at Malashov getting a little bit run down, take zinc and selenium, just in case. There was something going around. I'm kind of wandering off now. And I'm going to have a drink, so... Mary GGG. There was a lot of party, there was a lot of people, and people were close together, so... It weren't me. I came there healthy. You told me the mushrooms couldn't rot. Because we still don't have any sage. I wanted to talk about Zigfluenza a little bit today and zoonotic disease, but I don't know if we're going to get there at this rate. So good it's evil. So evil it's good. Oh, getting addicted to this stuff though. It started as like a kind of silly prank, but now I'm kind of really into cough a lot. Thank you everyone. Yeah, I feel like I'm wandering around. Is there sage here? What does sage look like? And people play the game for this, right? They play, and you don't. And when you do encounter a deer in the woods, you kind of lawful good gay alchemists, you just you don't kill it either, right? You don't kill the animals. You're just picking flowers all the time. That's what Kingdom Come is. Some kind of like flower picking simulator. We're trying to take this influencer joke to its logical conclusion, I think. But I'm just wandering around. Where am I? Where am I going? Yeah, okay. Yeah, do I need more? Yeah, I liked hunting actually. He was more of a ranger than an alchemist, I have to say. No one here?
Fuck me, you dog!
No, I didn't get it. Interesting sight. Oh my god, you can go right into the woods. You can explore all of that on the map? No way. There's a lot of sage around Ujids. Okay. Barbie Horse Adventure stream when? I don't know. You tell me a game. If there's enough demand, I will play it. And might be doing some random streams this weekend. I don't know. I'm trying to decide, depending on Michael, because you all booked him out with tours. So I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. We'll see. If not, I might bombard you with some experimental early morning breakfast streams. We can go over your day. You want Barbie Horse Adventures, all right? Well, just get enough people. Yeah, we need to get out of here. This is getting silly. Too far away from civilization. Pathologic. A few people have mentioned Pathologic. Someone mentioned Metaphor. Disco Elysium. All this stuff can happen. I'm a bit worried about scattering too many games around. The masses yearn for Barbie. Do they, Does Crime? What is Barbie Horse Adventures? Is it as it's described? Pathologic, okay. Right, we're looking for sage. Oh, wormwood. Oh, that's good. Ah, sage! Okay, alright. Right, remind me again. Cave mushrooms, sage, and... Yeah, thanks. My purple blindness. And wormwood.
Fuck me, you dog!
This coffle hood is incredible, by the way. I'm probably going to wear this around town in the fall. Oh, we could do that. Let's do Barbenheimer. All right. Flag that up with the media team. We'll do a Barbenheimer thing. We're already doing Fallout anyway. Wormwood. Brilliant. Okay, all right. So wormwood, sage, and mushrooms. 7 mushrooms. 6 sage. And 21 wormwood. All right, so we need more sage. Yeah, purple blindness. There you go. 4 sages. I'm not purpley blind. It's the thickness. It's the thickness of the purple that's the problem. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm really glad you're going on tours, and I hope you go on more of them. We will work together at some point, don't worry, when he's got the time. But it might happen, never know. If not, then I might do some random stuff. I'm not purpley blind. I'm purpley disadvantaged. I think I need a full medieval outfit, like a full-on, you know, drip for this to go with this hood. Hadronic Decay, I see you. I see you. Alright, I feel like I've got enough sage so we can go up to the alchemy table, no? 66 sage, 21 wormwood, and 7 mushrooms. Do we need to do more cave raiding, or is that enough, alchemists? Coffula Stavan, yeah. Okay, alright, we do the grey suit with the Coffula hat then, that's fine. Play BG3 as a dating sim instead of for the actual plot. Okay, alright. Who's selling me that in orange? Monster Heart, yeah, alright, great, thank you, Monster Heart. So we go and see the alchemist in Ratai. And then we cook.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there might be, I don't know, but Stalker 2 is getting a lot closer. That might be the bit of a surprise horror game. No, it's an action horror. But it's also very Lynchian, apparently, and I do kind of want to get into it because it's that weird... It's a weird place between, like, really grim Slavic battle realism and
Yeah.
Lynchian
I'll have to get something
high
to eat.
weirdness.
Starting to get hungry.
So I do want to give it some attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we try Stalker. But Femstvan, Fallout Femstvan tomorrow. 1 till 4. Although I don't know what we're going to do because we've kind of like bashed our way through to house in one go. So now we're going to have to kind of like loop back.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Me, you dog.
What's this for? What did I steal? Did I steal flowers? Yeah, I don't think Fallout stream was for everyone, but I'm going to keep going with them because there was definitely enough joy being brought. I'm not paying for the armory. I plundered the hole. Yeah, but I couldn't get the mushrooms off his hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got an empty weekend, so I want to try some things out. And I know that people have been asking for different hours. Obviously, these weekday hours are most convenient for me at the moment. But we are gonna do evening streams and weekend streams, and it will be this evenings and these weekends. So try and give you a heads up on that tomorrow. Right. Just sell anything stolen before we go up there.
Good day.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right, let's see what we can do about that. See you later.
Try a cream. This needs fixing. Don't let me forget to fix that. sure we've got and can go. We haven't read today. We should go and read as well. Yeah, I just gotta break that, fix that, okay. Okay, let's go do alchemy. I'm Central Eastern European time, yeah, I'm in Czech. Oh no, the book is printed in purple. Please read something so you can regain sanity after all what? We just went picking flowers. This is what you wanted. Okay. Alright, enough of that. It's pretty hot. So it'd be good in the winter. Fix what thing? This thing? What was stressful? Oh yeah, the thing I told you to remind me. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant the way I was wearing the hood. That thing is unfixable. Just get easily distracted. There's a lot going on. I'm experiencing both a rich external medieval world and a rich internal world.
Farewell.
It's not beyond fixing, but it's going to cost me 700. Brutal. Okay. That stung. Right, alchemy.
A poor wretch.
Has he got a setup? Seaweed juice. I'm not going through menopause. We're talking about. Right, belladonna. We want that. Anyway. Cave mushrooms. Sage. And wormwood.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, we can try it.
He's got an alchemy table in the back of his. Okay.
Here, with a little something on top for a good measure.
Well, because I can't consult the codex, so I don't know how many people I've killed, and I don't know what my reputation is. I think that information's in the codex, is it? Or is it somewhere else? Aha! Here we go. Oh, this is interesting. This is like looking at... See, they like me in Ratai. I knew they liked me in Ratai. Where am I not popular? Ujits? Ledechko is understandable because I kind of ransacked that place. Sasau Monastery, that's fair. I stole the Necronomicon. Sasau as well. Yeah. Townburg, do you like me? All right. We deal with that. Drinking perk. Spirits are 50% weaker for you, so you can drink more. When you drink yourself to oblivion. When do you do that? Why would you do that? Okay, we need to discuss that. I don't know which one to take. Can you advise me on the drinking perk? The portal to oblivion. Yeah. That's here then. Sorry, Ram. Where's your setup? Where's his setup? Outside, okay. Oh, he's in the back here. Okay, let's try this again then. Ugh. So flashbacks to the lab. Play the Oblivion remaster. I don't think I can do that. I think that's against my religion. Yeah, okay, thanks for that, Mary. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, let's cook then. All right. Hey, look, I'm up for Morrowind. I don't think I'm up for Skyrim. I don't think I'm up for Starfield. Right, so Bane, no, Bivov's Rage. All right, need wine, 2 handfuls of sage, 1 of wormwood, and a cave mushroom. Grind the wormwood. Throw the sage in the cauldron and boil for 2 turns. Leave to cool. Add the wormwood, but do not boil. For better effect, add the cave mushroom. Then distill. Okay. Grind the wormwood. Throw the sage in the cauldron and boil for 2 turns. Leave to cool. Okay. And the cave mushroom, you just drop in the potion. Mass Effect. Yeah, wine, grind 1 worm, boil 2 sage. Thanks. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Noah. So we're gonna put that in the dish. The wormwood in the dish. Wait, where's it gone? Is it in there? I've completely forgotten how to do this again. Aha! Okay, there it is. Alright. It's a commitment to realism. Why can't I use it? Why can't I grind it? If you look at the recipe book and not hold E, it will put all the ingredients you need out. Okay. Now how do I grind the wormwood? Solvent first. Okay, yeah. So that's wine for this? Thanks, Bone. Sorry. Important alchemical grind. Put the liquid into the cauldron first. Is it wine? Yeah, it's wine. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, then
Fuck me, you dog!
wormwood. We're gonna pick it up. We're gonna whack that in the mortar. Then we're gonna grind that. I don't mind really. I'm still kind of understanding this medium as an art form, so I'd kind of like to try some slightly off the wall games, but right, that's done. So I can put that down, no? Oh, I'll put it in the dish. Yes, I remember. This is the alchemical dish. Now I am going to boil sage. Add 2 sage to boil for 2 turns. Okay, 1. 2. Whack that up, boil. I'm just locking in a little bit on this, sorry. Right, we don't want to give it any more heat, right? Yeah, we good? Leave it to cool, okay. Leave it to cool with cover. Let it cool. Is that cool now? That's cool, yeah? So now I can add the wormwood. Nah, I feel like that's a misleading, irrelevant voice. No, it's strange, isn't it? It's something in between theatre, like lecture, stand-up, and game. Add wormwood and ta-da! Finish, right? And what do you... It was almost theatre. What do you... Yeah, it's almost theatre. Yeah, it's almost theatre. Distill. Grab a file. That finished it. I didn't need to distill it, I don't think. You said me to take a file and then said this will finish the potion. Oh, for God's sake, it's not the same quality. All right. We're getting there. We're learning. I can't distill it now, right? How do I know it's crap? Okay, all right, fine. So we do it again. That's why we got more. All right, but when I just clear this with me, after it's cooled down and I've added the mushroom and I've added the wormwood, then I distill. And then look at the still to distill. Thank you. All right, that's all I needed. So we are going to add the wine. Right. This is why I suck as a scientist, right? Okay, then we're going to use the wormwood. We're going to grind that baby in the pestle and mortar. It's noted, yeah. Alright, well I've got voices in my head helping me, which is fair. Alright, so that goes in our beloved dish. Pop that down. Couple of handfuls of sage. Bosh. And this could be a bit like Jamie Oliver does alchemy. Yeah, so that can be fired up now, right? Just cook that. That's not working. Oh no, I'm pressing
Could
the...
do with a bite to eat.
Sorry, I was pressing W. Alright, that's cooking. Sandglass. Warm. Cook. Bosh, turn that. I ground the wormwood. That's been ground, no? For getting rid of the turkey twizzlers, yeah, okay, I love those things too. I give you that. I love turkey twizzlers and turkey drumsticks. And fish cakes and stuff, but I worked in schools post Jamie Oliver food revolution, and I have to tell you, it's better this way. It's some reconstituted turkey meat mashed into like the shape of a dinosaur or something. Did I grind this? I ground this already, right? I'm from the Midlands. That looked ground to me. Add the mushroom. Pop. Grab the file. Alright, that was funky. Yeah, I like it. Maybe get a bit of a Liebig condenser going on. How long do I distill it for?
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
Is that it then? Am I good? Well, how do I get it out of the still? Did I just miss it? Did it add the potion? Did it add the potion? It's done. Okay, cool. Alright, that's good. Alright, so we do it again, yeah? Great, okay, alchemy's fun. Alchemy works. Okay, we'll make a third potion of this and then we'll do a little bit of... Yeah, we got time. Ba-boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Third to the charm. Right, so then we're going to grind wormwood. Straight in there. Grind. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, alright, well, we'll see what ingredients we've got. That can go in our dish. Right, so in like the book Psychology of Transference, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, Carl Jung basically analyzes a series of alchemical wood carvings for insight into human nature, and the book is effectively a breakdown of alchemical operations like this, with a bearing upon the journey towards the individuation of the self, which is about resolving these complexes we've talked about, or whether it be mother, father, shadow, friends. You know, you have to resolve all these complexes, at least as Jung saw it, on the path to individuation. Right, so we'll look at that. We'll just make one more rage potion, and then we'll have a look at that. That's fine. And maybe this passage that I'm about to read will speak to you, but we'll see. So that gets cooked now, right? The sands of time. You want to get more complexes? Yeah, okay. Yeah, how can you maximize this? It's a good point. Cooking it up. Yeah, I know. Well, look, psychology took a turn that I don't fully agree with into trying to be respected as a serious physical science, and that involved them doing about 50 years of psychometrics, right? Like how do you prove something? Does that need to be? That needs to cool. No. Oops. Okay, that just patched that in. Let's hope it's cool. Yeah, exactly. That's the most boring bit, right? The statistics, but you need it because otherwise you can't prove anything, right? But the Jung and the Freud stuff was all kind of a little bit earlier in psychology, where it was more of an art, more of a kind of like a strange new discipline. And not trying to be so cozy with the sciences. I think I'm getting that right. It's called When the Fire is Out, perfect. So that should be good then. And we're just going to do it with the still. Yeah, that will complete the motion. Like magic. Alright, where's my little book? Cook it up! Well, I mean, if you're psychology students, then some of you may know this, and some of you may have a less... You know, you might have a bit more of a critical approach to Carl Jung. And stuff like the Myers-Briggs, you know, which is of mixed popularity with psychologists, that's always like... we're good, right? Okay, cool. Yeah. They might have a harsh look at Jung because he's a bit too much of a mentalist. You know, I think he would probably say that, you know, mind was the prima materia, you know, and everything kind of, including matter, kind of crystallizes out of mind. But if you're like a hardcore like physicalist psychologist and you're into people like Skinner, you might even think that thoughts don't even exist. Thoughts are something that we pretend to have, right? That was kind of Skinner's direction. I know that sounds a bit confusing at first, but it's actually quite interesting. And then Carl Rogers, I think, is the other one. There's another Carl, is it? Carl Rogers. That's where your cognitive behaviour therapy type stuff comes from, I think. Is that right? I didn't study it, I had to criticise it because my job was involving criticising all knowledge. So yeah, I had to learn all knowledge in order to do that. Okay, so whoever popped up as a psychology student, is it Carl Rogers? The humanistic approach? The looking like you're thinking is a behaviour, right? And like Jordan Peterson is a good example, right? Epiphenomena, bruh. Yeah, okay, alright. Well, look, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. But I like Jung. Yes, I had to criticise all knowledge for 1,000 years in the Library of Babel. No, I did. I did actually have to learn all knowledge. Right, We talked about that. You can read every book in the world, you know, back in like the medieval times. Yeah, Borges. Yeah, Borges. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you know that story, I played that. I played The Librarian of Babel. Jim actually wrote like a series of kind of vignette plays that he strung together, and I played The Librarian of Babel. That's where I'm in that hat where it looks like I'm coming out of a book. You got to come out of a book at some point in your life. But yeah, so that's a great. They're great stories, by the way. If you've never read Borges, is good. But to get back to Young, let's go and sit in the sunshine a little bit, because this is a bit depressing in here. Well, hopefully you'll get a chance to see that. But like, for instance, we can stream something like Faustus, but if we can do it, but because it's not copyrighted. But if you were going to see us in a play that requires a license, then you have to come to Prague, I'm afraid. We can't stream those things. Stuff like Speed the Plough, where me and Jim play the Hollywood producers, that's a very, very funny bromance. What is she, a witch? Yeah, I had to go and be trained to criticise all knowledge, and I was trained by almost like a Professor Xavier type figure who lives in Uppsala, right? Uppsala in Sweden, is it? Incredible mind. Oh my god, that guy's mind. You know. But yeah, I know, but yeah, doing Faustus is a big ask. But anyway, I was going to talk about Young a little bit. Let's just get a drink. Get a drink for that. Right, okay, so there's a lot of things to be said about the shadow. You got a drink? Yeah, let's drink these spirits. Let's just neck a bottle of Slivovitzer. You've really been out here learning the most interesting shit. Yeah, I know, but theatre is like, it moves very, very, very slowly. It does not move at the speed of the internet for a variety of reasons. Yeah, just this shadow work, right? And the idea of the shadow is that you push a lot of the stuff that you don't want to identify with as yourself, and you externalize it onto often people who look differently to you, because that's the most kind of opposite effect. So that's why, for instance, ginger people get such a bad rap in the UK over the years, and have in various countries over the century, because they are quite different looking from other people. So they get that Jesus Christ, this little bit is strong. God, it makes you feel drunk, this game, as well, when it gets you drunk. Yeah, so I just wanted to take a passage from it. Where is it? Yeah, just hang on, I'm just not quite sure. Okay, this Slivovitz is really taking its toll. Well, yeah, it's one example. Like, anybody who looks exotic and different from the herd gets more of that. Jesus Christ, this is strong Slivovitz. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Whoa. I didn't realise you can get this drunk. Okay, hang on, we have to find a moment. Maybe we're going to sleep that off. We drank too much. You took too much, man. You took too much. I just drank a bottle of spirits. So whatever you're trying to project from this repressed shadow self, you're projecting onto another person. And what Jung was trying to solve at least a little bit, was like getting the people to stop projecting onto him or onto other therapists, right? Because this is what the book is called, The Psychology of Transference. It's really like a handy guide to this process, but also how you can help people to not put it all on you. But the impulses underlying it certainly show the dark side to begin with. Should we do this in Istvan's voice, maybe? However much one may try to whitewash them. For an integral part of the work is the umbra solis, or soul niger of the alchemists, the black shadow which everyone carries with him, the inferior and therefore hidden aspects of the personality, the weakness that goes with every strength, the night that follows every day, the evil in the good. And the realization of this fact is naturally coupled with the danger of falling victim to the shadow. But the danger also brings with it the possibility of consciously deciding not to become its victim. And a visible enemy is always better than an invisible one. So then he says, in this case, I can see no advantage whatever in behaving like an ostrich, which is basically saying people are in denial of their shadow. They then have an invisible personal enemy as a visible enemy. So it's a lot about bringing that shadow to the light. It's kind of a bit like David Mamet's line from Edmund, where he says, like, every fear hides a wish, you know? That's the thing. So it's certainly not ideal for people always to remain childish, to live in a perpetual state of delusion about themselves, foisting everything they dislike onto their neighbours, right? Plaguing them with their prejudices and projections. And then he talks about how many marriages are broken like this because, you know, or relationships are broken like this because somebody is projecting something onto their partner which isn't them, right? So essence is like to heal that. But all those different, you know, kind of like psychological archetypes, they they form naturally, right? They form naturally as the individual grows up. So it's you can't really be born without these. I'm describing Twitter. Yeah. I know I'm describing Twitter. But there's a lot in here. I'll just show you a few of the wood carvings themselves. Let's see if I get that on the screen. That's the conjunctio, where you're bringing together the opposites, right? This is the whole sulfur and mercury, right? Or fire and water, right? You're bringing together opposites. So this wood carving was the conjunctio is a coupling, right? The fermentatio, you can see that. That's where after the conjunctio, the one of the pairing kind of grows wings and kind of like flies away. Head slop. Here's me talking about the ascent of the soul, and there's someone saying het slop. Yeah, Sam, you're going in the right direction. You're going in the right direction. Okay, that's where I'm taking us. Now this is when the conjoined opposites die, right? And but death in the physical alchemical sense, I believe, when a solution is killed, it means something about making it inert, etc. I wasn't showing you the text. I was showing you to think about. I was showing you the wood cuttings. They're very pretty. But this is what he was working with, and it's in alchemy, obviously. So he's either used it as a way of structuring his own kind of ideas, or he's drawing out something that was already in the work of the alchemist, right? And again, it's a modern reconstruction. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, but there is some sense that the alchemist was working on themselves as much as they were working on the material. And the material that they were working on was this reflection. So whatever they did to the stone, right, the philosopher's stone, they were also doing to themselves. And one of the reasons why I prefer alchemy, let's say, to science is that the alchemists seem to preserve some kind of connection between them and the thing that they're experimenting on. So I think it's a little bit more respectful to nature, this approach, than the very clinical kind of disembodied state that we do science in at the moment. And I think if scientists are more cognizant of the connection between things, like ecosystems, for an example, then maybe scientists will be less destructive, because they do a lot of damage, right? They research a lot of things that, you know, are toxic or dangerous to life. Sometimes they're positive effects, sometimes they have negative effects. Science is a sword, and it cuts two ways. And I think alchemy, I don't know, I'm sure this position could be criticised, but I think maybe romantically that alchemy is a little bit more about the connection between you and the thing. Yeah, I should talk about Young while my Henry is kind of like swinging back and forth from drinking all the spirits. Yeah, and come back to our conversation. Let's take the time to the pig house, but come back to our conversation the other day. I mean, like, yeah, the thing itself, right? The thing itself is the prima materia, the object that you are experimenting on, right? In the same way, the shadow is you, the world is you, right? That's the connection between the world and the alchemist. And the alchemists used to think that they could spot messages from the world, you know, the world communicating with them, the spirit of the world, anima mundi, would communicate with them through things like omens and portents and synchronicities. Oh, that chicken is reminding me of wishes now. And if you listen to the world, then it would kind of open up to you.
Let's get something to eat.
But again, you don't want to do that too much, right? Because if if the chickens do start talking to you, then you might have a problem. Yeah, it's the psychology of transference. If you want to get it, it's pretty dense though. It's an academic text. It's not like readable in a normal sense. If you're interested in psychology or this period in history, very good. And I think it will teach you a lot about yourself if you don't already know it. It's not just like Jung's 4 archetypes book. It's not like the simple stuff. It goes right down into like really very detailed things that are happening, psychological mechanisms in your mind. And yeah, he's just rocking off random Latin phrases, you know, and not necessarily like footnoting them or something. He kind of expects that you know a bit of Latin and Greek. There's the man himself, look at that. Hanush, 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 Hanush. Probably shouldn't do that. Dance in drunken circle around my lord. It's Carl Jung, is the author. Well, there's a lot of introductory stuff, like 4 archetypes. I remember that one. Is it 4 archetypes? Somebody check me on that. But that's like a very... It's like a kind of a hard edit of Carl Jung, and you can get quite a lot in a short spare time. I was going to go to the pig house, but I've wandered back to Teresa, so let's follow the impulse. I don't know whether he wrote it in German or not. Hang on. No, it was translated. It's translated by RFC Hull. So if you want the German, it's called Die Psychologie der Übertragung. Praxis der Psychotherapie. Something like that. Cat's gone quiet. Are you there? Radzig is probably in town. Die Psychologie der Übertragung. It's written Uebertragung. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Übertragung, yeah. Honestly, it's not for everybody. It's not a popular book recommendation. That's quite hard work. So don't get it and then be disappointed because you actually have to study it. It's not like a popular psychology type thing. Well, I don't know. I quite like this format. It's kind of strangely appealing to me because it's a mixture of different mediums, and I never would have done it if it wasn't Kingdom Come. So now I'm quite interested in what you can do with it, in terms of discussing. Because I'm learning from you as well. I'm learning from you. It's not just me. I mean, you taught me all this Japanese, right? I didn't know this much Japanese before. Look at that, sleep learning. That's the kind of stuff that can happen if you study young, guys. Why isn't she cooked dinner? Michael Eldridge Horse. The interesting thing is that he takes it from alchemy, and lots of other people have done that. Yeah, all right, Henry. Yeah. Go and get you some sausage. Well, yeah, but even if I did a private class, I couldn't give you a degree because I'm not a university. That's not how it works. So I'm quite enjoying this format. If you'd rather have dedicated lessons, formal lessons and things, they will be expensive, but it can be arranged. But there are also games where I can discuss acting theory as well, so I can kind of like use this as a general bridge, and if you're getting something from it, whether it's laughter or knowledge, then I think that's kind of what I want to achieve. Right, sell me some sausage.
God be with you.
But you don't have brain rot. Doesn't have to be. You can turn it back, can't you? This is alchemy. You can turn that brain rot stuff back into useful stuff if you're cunning. Right, 4 smoke, maybe 5 smoked sausages, and maybe some fine wine.
Let's have a word about the price.
Just give money
Well,
at people. Just
we can
chuck
try it.
money. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to talk about behind the scenes stuff, but
Here.
as I
A little
said
something on
in
top for
interviews,
good
we're
measure.
working. It's not
Thanks
like
1,000 times.
there's all this like time to muck around and stuff with anecdotal stuff. I don't have it because I was working the whole time, and they're a pretty disciplined crew over there. They work. When you're working, you are working, which is great. So that's what I prefer, because you get a lot with a lot of artists and they can be too chatty. But it's interesting you ask about the slap on the ass that we give Henry. I'm pretty sure that was directed. I do follow directions, so. God, this stuff rots quick. So alchemy is a very time sensitive gig. I also didn't go up a level in alchemy yet. So yeah, that was just my introduction to the alchemy section. I've got quite a lot more I want to discuss about it, but feel free to throw anything on me. Sausages and shitting out mushrooms, yeah. You know, because there's a physical way in, right? That these symbols that you see, right, in old alchemical diagrams, like green lions and eagles coming out of pots and all sorts of stuff. The sun, the moon, all these kind of astrological symbols, all that stuff is basically like an early form of the periodic table, right? And some of these descriptions that read like magic, right? They read like magic. You know, the eye of the dragon will open on this, that, and the other. That's really... They're normally referencing something like hydrochloric acid, I think, or sodium hydroxide, stuff like that. Yeah, the sun is gold, the moon is silver, yeah, Mercury is mercury, obviously, Venus is copper, the moon, Jupiter is tin, Mars is iron, and Saturn is lead. So they weren't, you know, like, that's one of my beefs with modern scientists is they tend to look down on alchemists like they were just doing nonsense for like 400 years as opposed to like keeping everybody alive through the Middle Ages. Because this stuff works, you know, like a lot of modern medicine comes from things like willow bark and so on. They've just kind of, they've taken the molecule, they've messed around with it, they've copyrighted it, and, you know, but essentially a lot of this stuff comes from nature anyway. I think I mentioned the other day there's a great curative agent in daisies, I think. Well, yeah, I mean, look, some of this stuff did not work, obviously, but some of this stuff did work. And some of this stuff that they claimed didn't work then came back. Like maggots, you know, like we use maggots for eating like dead flesh. They're very good. So you whack a few, you know, kind of sterile maggots on some necrosis, and they'll eat the dead flesh. So they're very good for that. Like the little fish that clean your feet, you know. The mercury is an elixir of life. Right, well, again, I don't know if that's the Indian, that comes from the Indian stuff. This is the red mercury. I don't know if we know exactly what they were referring to there. Because a lot of this was in codes, and some of this was in competing codes as well. So it's all in secret codes to protect themselves from the Inquisition. But they're effectively trying to practice medicine. And drugs, of course. And, you know, old school drugs. Yeah, exactly. Leeches are still used in modern medicine too. So you're kind of like, oh, no, they were so silly. And then like, no, actually, I'll bring that back. And I remember there was a great presentation by, I went to see by someone from Médecins Sans Frontières. Great doctor who'd gone out to Africa to help. And he'd said something similar to me. He'd said like, you know, they're doing certain practices that we would consider barbaric or insane, but actually when you don't have recourse to modern medicine, some of this stuff is the most sensible thing you can do. So it's not like these high IQ people going around were believing in like total fairy tales and just cooking up potions of nothing. You know what I mean? Which is what some people tend to look on it. And that I find quite frustrating, because it's a bit like people who get annoyed with the Dark Ages, you know, being called the Dark Ages, as if everybody was like idiotic and superstitious, and it actually was a period of like quite a lot of discovery, especially in the Islamic part of the world, you know, the Islamic empires. I'm definitely babbling now. All right, let's cook. I don't know what else I have though. Let's see what we have. Sage, wormwood. Yeah, let's do that then. You need spirits, 2 hand. Drop in the sage, boil for 1 turn, grind the wormwood, and cook for 2 turns. So I should have the wormwood ground already, right? What's it? Spirits. Yeah, well, it's a Romeo and Juliet thing again. I couldn't remember the quote last time, but poison hath residence and residence and medicine power. You know, like if you get the mix right, you're going to cure someone. If you get it wrong, you're going to kill someone. I think I missed that, Nella, but it sounds fascinating. And certainly, if you're talking about wizards, like all the professors dress up like Harry Potter costumes for graduation. If you're not at university yet, that's a spoiler. Right. So we got that in there. Drop in the sage and boil for 1 turn, but we want to grind the wormwood. Grind the wormwood. Grind that. That's great, Rumi. That's good. That's proper alchemy or witchcraft or whichever you prefer. Right, we'll whack that in the dish. Great. So we ground the wormwood. 2 handfuls of wormwood. Oh, jeez. The Northman statue's ass crack. Okay. Mothman. Drop in the sage and boil for 1 turn. Bellows. Unholy things. Okay, so that's boiled. Drop in the sage, grab the wormwood, drop the wormwood in. And cook for 2 turns. Okay, turn that. Oh really? I did not know that. Okay, Wiccan Vale. Yeah, that's some creepy stuff, Mothman. Yeah, sorry, Relina. I think I have cursed timing. I tend to look at the chat at the worst times. Alright, so that's cooked. Distill. File. There's a really good bit in Mothman film with Richard Gere. The shaft till I yowie. Okay, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Sam. I'm glad you're enjoying it. As long as you're getting something out of it, that's the important thing. Alright. We reached 11 alchemy. Magic. Let's stop this then. That's what I wanted. Salted and smoked. No. Water of life. Healing potions will heal 50% more but also intoxicate you. The stronger the healing effect, the drunk it will make you. Ooh, Witcher. Or Water of Life. I like the fact that it will intoxicate me more. This looks like a very interesting comment, but I can't read it. It's on the background. Witcher. Potions will fill you up less, 30% less, which means you can drink more of them more often. Okay. Do more drugs. Oh wait, is there something on agility as well? Let's do that. Light armor. That's kind of useless. I don't know how useful agility actually is. Your attacks will cost... Falling will cause you 30% less injury. Let's learn that. That was good. Trustworthy middleman. Increases your speech skill and haggling. We don't do that. That's good, right? Yeah, that's good. Let's take that. Who's Yowie Shaft comment, Leroy? Have we got any more ingredients then? Oh, grasses and herbs have been consumed while I sleep. Still got sage, still got wormwood. Let's keep going. Yeah, I am getting into alchemy. Alright. Okay, add spirits. You're not straight, Leroy. Two handfuls of wormwood. This is quite cute, actually, alchemy. Okay, I can understand why people like it. But you good alchemists, gay or otherwise, are you like, are you just making nice potions, or are you making like blood rage potions? Yeah, but Evil Gang's like 60% buy or something. Alright, that goes back in there. It's one Artemisia. No sage, one sage. Okay, I'm going to boil. Okay, sandglass. Okay, so you're making healing potions and so on. So, drop in the sage, grind the wormwood, drop the wormwood in the cauldron and cook for 2 turns. Cook. turn. Oh, that's cute, Wiccan Vale. It's kind of sad though. Doll maker potion. Yeah, I've seen that. That good then? Well, I'm kind of preparing for an unknown future here. I think this next quest involves some poison, right? And I want to kind of have knowledge before we go into it. Alright. Medieval Alchemist Simulator. Okay, so right, I think we will leave it for today. I will go and park. I'm finishing these streams a little bit early the week. I might go until 4 with Fallout tomorrow, but I've got to do a few things, run around town. But I will be making up that time over the weekend. So once I've consulted with the media team and we heard back from Michael Piffin, I'll let you know the schedule for the weekend tomorrow. But it might be some random stuff because I'm just trying out a few games as mediums for whatever this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I hope you found something useful in there. Let's take it back to our starting location because it always feels a bit of a hexed game when we don't wake up near Teresa. Okay, great. Well, look, I'm always welcome to feedback. Please, again, final shout out for the EG Art. I think it's at EG Art _, but Nella will have that. I will make a post shortishly. And hang on. Yeah, at Evil Gang Art, and Insta is at Evil Gang Art. If you do anything like that and you want it, you're okay to have it shared. Just make sure it's signed and we know what we're doing, and I'll try to avoid making any egregious errors. But as I said, if sometimes something happens late at night and I've missed something, then I will make amends. But we can try and minimise that if you play this way. And again, if you did something months ago and you feel like it was overlooked, please send it to us again, because I might be using it on Instagram or something like that instead, if you're okay with it. And that's really what we want to see. Okay, I'm glad you had fun, and I'll see you tomorrow for those who are interested in Fear and Femstvan in Fallout New Vegas. Let's just save it quickly. Alright, and no, it applies to all art, not just. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure I understand the question, Relina. If it's set up as this account just to solve this problem, but it might be useful in the future for other things if people want to have it's kind of like a database, right? Because it's all scattered all over the place. It's scattered on phones. Some of it's not signed, and it's a nightmare. So I have to kind of go through 10 minutes of bookmarks just to find it. It's really difficult, and there's a lot of it. So that would help us. So please let us help you, and help ourselves. Yes. All right. Bye bye, and I'll see you on tomorrow. Thank you.